In very recent tragic news, Takeoff, a member of the Migos, was shot and killed early on Tuesday outside a bowling alley in Houston, Texas. Now, various updates have been released since, one claiming that a stray bullet actually killed the rapper. So let's take a look at some of the recent updates along with how Takeoff has been remembered as the glue that held the rap group Migos together. Since the tragic passing of Takeoff, 1/3 of the rap group Migos, people are remembering him as the glue of the group. Here's what you need to know. Takeoff, a rapper for the Migos, was shot and killed at a Houston bowling alley. The celebrity, real name Kershnick Ball, was just 28 years old at the time of his death. Now, it was reported that the Grammy-nominated rapper was shot in the head or neck while attending a private party at 810 Billiards and Bowling, according to Houston Police Lieutenant Ronnie Wilkins. Quavo, a fellow Migos member, attended the event as well. Security personnel in the area heard the shooting but did not witness the perpetrator. Now, most people's introduction to the Migos was probably through the unique singles Versace or Hannah Montana from the Atlanta rap group's groundbreaking mixtape from 2013. However, their music really began to take off a few years later, catapulting the group right into the spotlight of the music industry. But tragically, Takeoff's promising future was cut short, but he has left a lasting legacy during his brief existence known as the silent architect of hits like Versace, T-shirt, and Fight Night that helped define the decade, and an overall cultural impact that helped turn the Migos into a game-changing rap group, similar to Outkast, Wu-Tang Clan, and Dipset. The incredible Only Built for Infinity Links, his most recent collaboration album with Quavo, shows that Takeoff was only hitting his peak when he was tragically killed. Now, we all know Offset stole the show with his flashy persona and wildly publicized marriage to Cardi B, and Quavo became the de facto frontman for the Migos and a sought-after featured artist, while Takeoff, the reserved one, remained in the background. However, many don't know that he was constantly in studio working to perfect his wordplay, flow, and ad-libs, painstakingly removing any imperfections. At the beginning of the streaming era, the Migos' unique sound helped them stand out among the rest of the developing ATL trap scene, but it was their technical brilliance that elevated them to the top, a skill and precision only Takeoff seemed to master. This strength is best demonstrated by the group's brilliant, straightforward 2014 hit single, Fight Night. Takeoff's flawless delivery allows him to squeeze the lengthy lyric inside the 10-second window. A verse this intricate would typically seem hurried, accelerated, or frenzied. The subsequent ludicrous and hyperactive bars from Offset and Quavo contrast with Takeoff's restraint, which makes the sentiment sound cool, calm, and collected. As you can see, Takeoff had a very unique yet brilliant sound paired with an incredible ear for what worked and what didn't. It is truly saddening that he's passed, especially because he had so much more to give. It also means the end of Migos, because without Takeoff, will their sound ever be the same? Next up, Takeoff's record label has recently claimed that the rapper was killed by a stray bullet that wasn't intended for him. The record company for Takeoff has denounced the senseless violence that caused the rapper to pass away. The 28-year-old Migos musician was shot outside the 810 Billiards and Bowling Alley on a balcony on Tuesday in the early hours of the morning in Houston, Texas. Quality Control, the label for the Walk It Talk It ensemble, is devastated by the monumental loss. In a statement, it was said, "We mourn the passing of our cherished brother, Kershnick Ball, better known as Takeoff. With shattered hearts and great sadness," they continued, writing, "Senseless violence and a stray bullet has taken another life from this world, and we are devastated." At the time of writing, authorities confirmed that the assassin who killed Takeoff is still at large. In a press conference held on the 1st of November, Houston police stated they are still looking for the murderer and requested the public to step up with more information to help identify the offender. According to online sources, the police chief believes the suspect or suspects were attendees at a private party that Takeoff attended at the 810 Billiards and Bowling Alley. According to Sargent, an argument was the cause of Takeoff's deadly shooting, but no further explanation for the argument was given. Police confirmed at least 2 firearms were used in the shooting death of Takeoff, contrary to earlier accounts that said a brawl had started during a game of dice. Before the police press conference, video of the gunshot's aftermath appeared on TMZ showing Takeoff's uncle and Quavo, another member of the Migos, attempting to attend the shooting victim who was surrounded by blood on the floor. In related news, a big dark cloud surrounds the rap community. Sadly, the incident only added to the ongoing tragedy that the rap community is facing. Photos and videos of Takeoff's dying moments in Quavo's cities for aid circulated on Twitter shortly after the incident. How death is handled in today's social media-driven world and and specifically how Black Death is processed, has become completely public and soulless. Quavo will have to live with the memory that one of his lowest points was captured on camera for clicks and clout. This degree of dehumanization makes Black Death more difficult to comprehend, not only in Takeoff's murder but also in the debate over what information should be made public online after such events. Tragically, hip-hop may be the only musical genre to see such rapid young deaths from violent cases. The death of Takeoff adds to the long list of gun violence victims in America. Hip-hop has always dealt with gun violence in some capacity, just like the rest of the nation. The list of hip-hop stars who have passed away this year, however, is staggering. J Stash's murder-suicide, as well as the murders of Memphis MC Nusky and Los Angeles rapper Earl Swavey, took place in January. In February, 4 artists, True Bleeda, an 18-year-old from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, Wavy Navy Pooh from Miami, 414 Lil Mo from Milwaukee, and Memphis's Snooty Wild from Memphis were all slain, along with many others. The rate at which rappers in particular are passing away and the emotional toll it's taking on their loved ones, friends, and music fans is unbelievable. Guns, addiction, and perhaps most tragically, ego and pride all played a role in the deaths of a generation of rap musicians, many of whom died way too early. Although the horror of the entire incident is profound, it keeps coming back to Atlanta. Atlanta is as significant to the history of hip-hop as any other city, but in recent years, the rap community there has been torn apart by tragedies like the murders of Lil Marlowe in 2020 and MC Bankroll Fresh in 2016. However, 2022 in particular has proven incredibly difficult. The anti-racketeering trials of Young Thug and Gunna are scheduled to start in January, while Trouble's deadly shooting by his female companion's ex-boyfriend rocked Atlanta's rap community in June. Currently, Takeoff's murder seems to be a horrifying ending to a year of violence that the city would prefer to forget. And finally, various big-name artists are protesting against using rap lyrics in criminal cases. So who is backing this protest and what is it all about? Let's take a look. Rap lyrics being used as evidence in court cases has been denounced by some performers. Over 100 artists, business titans, and legal professionals signed an open letter that was published in the New York Times and Atlanta Journal-Constitution on Monday. The letter expresses the wish for an end to prosecutors using rap lyrics as confessions and is referred to as a cry to protect black art and artistic expression. The letter makes explicit reference to the YSL RICO indictment, in which Young Thug is accused of more than 50 offenses, many of which will be proven in court using his lyrics. Beyond the clear disdain for the First Amendment's protections of free speech and artistic expression, the letter continues, this racially targeted practice punishes already oppressed populations and their stories of family hardship, survival, and triumph. The American Association of Independent Music, Artist Rights Alliance, the American Civil Liberties Union, and Black Music Action Coalition are just a few of the organizations that have endorsed and backed the call from the board in the music industry, along with streaming services like Spotify and Tidal, record labels like Republic Records, Capitol Records, Warner Music, and Universal Music Group. Now, some of the famous faces behind the protest include 2 Chainz, 21 Savage, Big Sean, Black Eyed Peas, 50 Cent, Alicia Keys, Braidland, Brothers Osborne, Camila Cabello, Bryce Vine, Busta Rhymes, Christina Aguilera, Coldplay, DJ Khaled, Drake, Erica Banks, Fat Joe, Future, Giveon, John Legend, Ice-T, J. Cole, Jack Harlow, and so many more. We really hope to see a change because, in our opinion, using rap lyrics as criminal evidence against someone essentially enough to put them behind bars is absurd. But what do you think? And there you have it. Everything you need to know about the late rapper Takeoff and how he was essentially the glue that held the Migos together, along with the recent update that it was in fact a stray bullet that claimed his life. Now make sure to let us know your thoughts down below, and as always, thanks for watching.